Hello, Dr. Bignall. I wanted to take this opportunity to walk you through the process that I use to create my module overview videos and all of my other tutorials. And the two applications that I use, Zoom Meeting and Panopto, which is located within eLearn. Now, there are probably some other methods that can work as well, but I'm just going to take you through the process that I used since you inquired about it. And hopefully this will help you to determine the best and most effective way for you to create your in-lab or tutorial experiences for your students. I should also note that what makes the tutorials in this tutorial particularly easy and useful for me is that all the content that I need to show my students, I can either access directly using the internet, or I have the presentations or actual files already on my computer. So if you're trying to show something that is actually in the room, you would probably need to turn your computer or whatnot to show that content. But in my particular case, all the files or presentation or things that I need to demonstrate in my tutorials are already located on my device. So with that being said, let's start off with the Zoom part. So what I've done is I've just basically gone into my Zoom account and I have selected new meeting. So it's almost like I'm setting up a Zoom meeting for anything or any basic purpose. I just don't invite anyone to my meeting. And the reason why Zoom is working or works for me is, one, I have the ability to do closed caption if I need to. I also have the ability to share my screen, which is one of the big benefits for me in terms of creating my tutorial. Is once I share my screen, you will see my picture actually go to the top right-hand corner up here, and then the students can see the content that I want to show them directly on the slide in the main screen. So I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and bring up Safari. So in the case of our class, what I typically do is I just share my screen and then I go to the content section and I basically walk the students through whatever module or content that I want to show them. I will tell you a couple of user tips that I think is very important. One, make sure that your email notifications are turned off, so that way as you're doing your recording, you don't get like email blasts coming across your screen that can be sometimes distracting while you're trying to do your recording. Also, two, it's very helpful to keep your videos short. I find that anything over 10 minutes kind of gets a little bit daunting for any viewer. So I try to make sure I know exactly what I'm trying to focus on and keep my videos no more to 5 to 7 minutes, trying to be very clear and very concise. Anything after the 7-minute mark, I probably just need to do a part 2 or part 3, and that way, if students need a stop point, they actually know what topics are going to be discussed in which videos. And it also allows you to kind of have lecture series. So that way you can specifically reference certain videos, even for yourself. So you know that if a student is missing something, you can specifically say, go back to video 2 versus go to the 30-minute mark in one long video. That's just my personal preference. Feel free to do whatever works for you. So let's just go ahead and say that I am done. So I've shown what I need to talk about in the class. Let's say I've done a tutorial over eLearn information, and I've walked my students through whatever information I need to show them. At that particular point, what I would stop my recording, and I should say, if I didn't in the beginning, you want to, again, make sure that you save your Zoom recording to your computer. And that way you will actually have the file on your desktop for you to manipulate, or on your download, or wherever your Zoom folder is on your computer. You will have it on your device to record. And that way you can manipulate it or edit it however you choose. But again, for the tutorial purposes, the go-to thing is to save to your computer. So once you're done with your tutorial, you're going to go ahead and stop sharing in your Zoom meeting, and then Zoom is going to go ahead and capture your entire video on your computer. At that particular point, we're going to go to process number 2, which is using Panopto. So Panopto is a feature that is available to all faculty with TSU. Dr. Cheryl CA actually has a training session on Panopto if you want to just do a direct recording in that platform. Again, personally, I have found that it's a little bit easier for me to do it just specifically in Zoom because I can use some of the annotate features and things right in Zoom as I'm working and thinking out loud. But again, if you're familiar with Panopto, you can just do a direct recording in Panopto. But for this purpose, our part 2 is going to be uploading our video. So I'm going to go into the course. So right now I'm in Intro to EdTech. I'm going to go into Panopto. And you will notice that it's opening up in a new tab. So you want to make sure that before you click Panopto that you are actually in the course in which you want the video to appear. So I'm in an Intro to EdTech, and now I'm in my Panopto file. So at this particular point, I want to hit the blue Create button. And I'm going to go to Upload Media. So remember, we've recorded in Zoom, and we have saved our file to the computer, our recording to the computer. Now we're going to upload, we're going to go to our computer, our desktop, and find that media file. So I'm going to go ahead and click Choose Video. And I already have like a little welcome video that I've used before. I'm just going to go ahead and upload that for the purpose of this tutorial. And you see that it appears down at the bottom. Now it says our upload is complete. So now from this part, I have the ability to look at its settings, and I can change the title if I would like. So I'm going to go ahead and put in demo recording, or you can call it, lab 1 or whatever specific identifier that would be helpful for your students. It's letting me know that the folder this recording is going to go into is for students enrolled in the fall 2021 version of Intro to EdTech. So it's letting me know exactly where it's going to be in my eLearn account. I can edit that if I want to change the access to the course. But for right now, we'll go ahead and leave it in that particular folder. I can add any tags that I need to. So if there's specific topics that you want to be affiliated with this particular video, I'm just going to type in welcome. I'm also going to put hashtag demo. So that way, if students need to search for certain key terms, they can find all the videos related to certain topics if you choose to add a tag. I can look at preview images. Here is the viewer link that I can share with my students. It lets me know who's the owner and all these other identifiers that I have available. I can edit the description. So if you want students to know specifically what your tutorial is about, this is a demo recording, and hit save. Now this is going to be important towards the bottom, are the actions. So in terms of share, I want to share this session with others. And I want to make sure that that's ready to go. And I'm going to click the share feature. Now I want to change who can see this video. And currently right now it's restricted only to specific people and groups. I intentionally like to have it shared to public, anyone who has the link, because I already know that this video is embedded within my course. If I was using Panopto on a public platform, I might have a lot more restrictions, but for right now, I want anyone that has this link can access this video because it's kind of course related content and it's probably only relevant to people that's in your course. And the second thing that I want to do so that when students log into the portal, they see the video, I'm going to choose the purple embed option. And it's going to give me the ability to watch in Panopto, And I'm going to choose at the very bottom, and it's hard to see on my actual screen, but I'm going to go to the bottom and select copy embed code. Now at this point, I'm going to go right back over to my eLearn tab. And I'm going to go to the topic or wherever I want to place this video. So for the purpose of this tutorial, I'm going to go to information for course faculty. And there is an area that's called description. And I'm going to actually delete this information out because I already had something in there. So right now you see there's an area that says add description. And in our course, I have like introduction sections where I kind of put readings or graphics and whatnot. But I'm going to add a description, and I'm going to go over to our source code option. And so I'm going to click on source code. I'm going to paste in that copy embed code and click save. And now you see we have our video. Now the nice thing about this is I can still change the alignment. I can make the video center or left or right alignment. And right below that, I can also add, I'm going to go ahead and make that left alignment. I can also add any information that I would like students to know. And so knowing that we're in this hybrid or online environment, and you said you want to actually have the tutorials meaningful for the students, those overview videos are really helpful because you can walk them through specific steps each and every throughout a process along the way. So I'm going to go ahead and hit update. And then just really quickly, because this is how I would normally do things, I'm going to go back and I'm going to preview it. I'm going to view as a student so I can see how the students would interface with this content, just to make sure it looks the way that I want it to look. So I'm going to go to content. And I see that here is my video right there ready for me to play. And that is basically how I create my tutorials for students. And again, I do this every week just to kind of make sure that I'm building community and that students kind of get a bird's eye view of what they need to expect each week or within each module. And again, it kind of helps when they hear my voice, they see me explaining something, and they can watch the video over and over again just to make sure they have understanding, not just through visual directions, but also audio directions as well. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and stop share. And hopefully this video is going to be helpful for you. I did go over the 7-minute mark, sorry. But I wanted to make sure that you had enough time to kind of see the process that I use using Zoom, as well as using Panopto to create tutorials and overview supplements for my class. I hope this helps. And if you have any other questions that I can show you or tech tips, please don't hesitate to let me know. Have a great day.